Yep, he actually said this during a UFC question and answer session.
We fall into that category, believe it or not. If you want me to get real political, the Federal Reserve is a corrupt institution. There, I went out and said it.
But wait, he's not done yet. There's more.
Has anyone heard of a guy named Bryce Mitchell? I had not heard of the guy until today. And all I've ever heard him say was this 39-second clip right here. But I can tell you this. This guy just spit more truth in 39 seconds than you and I have ever seen in 3 decades of fake stream CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird MK Ultra media. Listen to this.
This shit is so minuscule. You have people out there being oppressed by governments. You have we fall into that category, believe it or not. If you want me to get real political, the Federal Reserve is a corrupt institution. There, I went out and said it. These people control our dollar, brother, and we didn't vote for them. Think about it. You got 13 board members.
I'm sorry, Bill, we're experiencing technical difficulties. Yeah, this Bryce guy. Yeah, we need to go to a commercial break real quick. This is not something that we want our audience to hear. No, yep, yep. Well, they might wake up. Oh, hold on a second. The station manager's calling me. Just a second. Yeah, James? I know. I heard what he said. Who is that? It's Bryce Mitchell. Put a what out on him? Are you sure? Yeah, no, we can't have the sheeple listen to that kind of information. Yeah. Oh, I know. Devastating. I know. We got to make sure that we maintain that the Federal Reserve is our friend and they are the eternal foe of inflation. You're right. All right, James. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. All right, take care. All right, yeah, go to commercial break, Bobby. Yeah, get this guy off there. Can't have this going on over the airwaves.
Voting on the value of the dollar. Did we vote for that? No, it's corrupted. So for me to actually be able to talk about something greater than fighting is more purposeful than anything I could talk about related to fighting.
Wow. I'm sorry, I had to interrupt. I'm going to go ahead and play that again in its entirety because you did hear right. He pegged what one of, if not the top of the heap main problem with the United States and the world is. The thing that was spawned back in the 1911 or something like that when they met at Jekyll Island. If you're not familiar with the Jekyll Island, pick up a book written by G. Edward Griffin called The Creature from Jekyll Island. It's where the Federal Reserve cartel, the private banking industry, actually brought into fruition what Amschel Rothschild said. Give me control over a nation's money. The nation's money. Let me control it. And I don't give a damn who makes their laws and their policies. It doesn't matter to me. I control the value of the product of every man, woman, and child's time and laboring energies. So make all the laws you want because I'll control Congress. I'll control the senators. I'll control the lobbyists. I'll control the presidents, the vice presidents, the governors, and all their constituents because I control the value of their currency. And he's the one that identified one of, if not the main enemy that we all have, a UFC fighter. More truth got laid down from this guy than you'll ever see on CNN or Fox News, leftist or rightist media. And yet Fox News will interview Alan Greenspan or Ben Bernanke or Janet Yellen and MSLSD and Fox and CNN and ABC and CBS will do the same thing. They'll interview those Federal Reserve chairmen or the 12 or whatever. Why do you think we got an inflation problem? Wouldn't have anything to do with diluting the M2 money supply, would it? They don't even ask those questions. And everybody knows it's true. When you have a resource and then you add to that resource and the pile gets bigger, then the unit price of every single thing in that resource gets what? Bigger? The value of each individual unit gets bigger? It expands or it shrinks and gets smaller? It gets smaller because you add more to the pile. And when you can just print the money and drop it from helicopters and put it into anybody's pocket that you want to, what happens to the value of each and every dollar if it's controlled by this international banking cartel? It diminishes. So when you're seeing what appears to be gas prices going up, you're actually seeing the value of the dollar go down. Now you need more of those bills to fill up your gas tank. You need more of those bills to fill up your shopping cart. The Federal Reserve is the reason we have the hidden tax that everybody likes to call inflation. Inflation is a tax. And what is tax? It's theft. More specifically, when it's done by governments at the barrel of a government gun, it is extortion. So who heads up that extortion? Whose finger is on the trigger? The Federal Reserve international banking cartel, who controls the value of yours and my time and laboring energies. Guys, you can't go anywhere without looking at the negative effects of the Federal Reserve. And this UFC fighter just called them on it. Pulled the rug out from under the whole thing. You gotta applaud this guy. What the frick? Everybody needs to watch this video. Everybody, I don't know if Bryce Mitchell has a Twitter account. If he does, I'll try to put it in the description in the pinned comment. I don't know if he has a social media presence, but guess what? It needs to exponentially expand. Because this guy's going, you know what? UFC fighting isn't even important. You know what is important? There's a criminal cartel on the loose that everybody's thinking is a bunch of heroes out there diluting the money supply and stealing from your time and laboring energies and creating a situation called transgenerational debt slavery, where all your children and your grandchildren are being pilfered from before they're even born. That is a lot of power. And that's ridiculous and unacceptable and criminal. And until they're brought to justice, there is no justice. So I'll try to keep my mouth shut, but this pisses me off, and it should piss everybody off, because that's the Federal Reserve reaching their hands into every one of our pockets, into every one of our bank accounts, controlling everything that we see, hear, say, where we go, what we buy, what we spend, who we meet, the clothes on our backs, the food in our stomach. Listen to this guy.
This shit is so minuscule. You have people out there being oppressed by governments. You have we fall into that category, believe it or not. If you want me to get real political, you know, the Federal Reserve is a corrupt institution. There, I went out and said it, you know. These people control our dollar, brother, and we didn't vote for them. Think about it. You know, you got 13 board members voting on the value of the dollar. Did we vote for that? No, it's corrupted. So for me to actually be able to talk about something greater than fighting is more purposeful than anything I could talk about related to fighting.
All I can say is a freaking man. That is Bryce Mitchell. In the words of this person who posted this on Twitter, Bryce based Mitchell. That is based. That is truth. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't seen this video, even if you had, share this video with everybody you know, because everybody needs to hear this fundamental truth with this shadow government. Oh, it's a private organization. It's a shadow government. If they control our government, it's a shadow government. They're behind the curtain. They pull the levers of power. They control the political parasitic strings. They're in control. Give me control over a nation's money, and I don't give a damn. Who cares who makes it? Who making the laws? Who are you? I control the money. Share this with everybody you know. Leave your comments.
If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know, and don't forget to subscribe to my private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you want to support the channel, one of the best things you can do is like and share this video with everybody you know, everywhere you can on social media. If you want to support further, the Patreon, Bitcoin, and Subscribestar links are in the description in the pinned comment. And if you want to support further, you can grab a hard-hitting, conversation-starting shirt from the shirt store. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.